Hey, welcome to We Didn't Say That.
Welcome back, guys.
Fun story. Yesterday I was driving home. It was probably, I don't know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And I take this turn and I see 4 or 5 police cars. So naturally, my first thought was, oh, drug bust. I was
Right,
wrong.
obviously.
I was wrong. I continued my turn and I looked over and I just saw the back half of a fucking car. It was inside a fucking
Well,
like a garage, thankfully. Not where like people would be and like
Oh,
at risk of injury.
so
But like
someone crashed into their own garage?
no, it was like the side of the garage. So it was all wood. It just
Oh,
plowed through and like drywall and shit.
holy
It was
shit.
one of the funnier images I've seen. I only got like a few second glance at it, but it was like a baby blue like Kia Soul. It was halfway into the garage.
Just crashed into this fucking dude's garage.
Cars. Like
Yeah,
it
I'd
doesn't take
imagine.
5 cop cars to be like
How the fuck do you...
like, let's do a DUI test. Walk in a straight line.
Yeah.
It's like 2.
Well, whenever there's something big like that, cops love because they have nothing better to do. So
Yeah, they have
there's
to
6 of them roll up on the scene. They're like, let's all stand
have
here and
to
say the same
they
thing.
have to head down to the cop bar and be like, "Oh, we had to deal with this jackass who drove into a fucking
This
house.
fucking retard who'd crash into this dude's garage. This is why
It
I
was
drink
a
7 beers every
is
day.
and go home and
Hit my wife.
yell at my children."
Oh, yeah, dude, it's the
That
whole
too.
shebang. Yeah.
That's what it is to be a cop.
Sincerely, yeah. If your
Alcoholism
dad
and rage.
or it's 100% that. If you have a dad who's a cop or a fucking brother, whatever,
If you have a family member who's a cop and he doesn't take it out on you, he's racist. I'm sorry.
he's racist.
He doesn't like minorities and he takes it out on them.
He's
on
definitely
the job.
he's taking out all of his aggression and all of that bullshit on people he's arresting or
So
like
you're like,
pulling over. He's like,
you're
oh,
like,
you see that black guy driving? We're pulling him over.
You're hearing this and you're like, oh, my dad's nice. He doesn't. He's a policeman. And he doesn't come home and yell at me or beat my mom. That's because your dad hates minorities.
It's true.
My uncle, he's Hispanic and he gets pulled over all the time. And they're like, "Are you a citizen?" Like, what the fuck?
Seriously, they hit
Yeah,
him with
that's the
that?
first thing they
Is
ask
his
him.
English bad or something? Does he have
No,
a,
he
does he have an
speaks
accent?
perfect English.
Does he have an accent?
No.
Damn, so what the fuck? So it's just straight up racism.
He's just like a 5'6" Mexican dude. He's from Belize. So he just looks like an illegal immigrant. And the
Right,
police
naturally.
follow him.
Yeah.
So that's your dad too. He doesn't like Hispanics either.
Yeah. Hispanics, Mexicans, black people. I mean, the whole
Obviously.
thing. Yeah, it's just fucked up. Could you, if your dad was a cop, just imagine him pulling someone over and like being like, do you have any drugs in the car or whatever?
Oh, dude, I can tell you a story about being pulled over.
Oh, dude.
So I was like 17. So recently after getting my license, my senior, junior year of high school, me and my friends were playing basketball outside and we played till it got dark out.
Dude, hold the mic.
So we played till it got dark out. And then we were leaving and I didn't put on my headlights because my car usually has them automatic, but I guess I
Sure.
turned them off. And I was going down the road and then I get pulled over and like these 2 cops come out. One
Oh.
was Asian, not relevant to the story,
What?
but I thought
I've
brighten
only
the
seen
image.
one Asian cop in real life.
I got
ever.
pulled over by
They're
an Asian cop.
unicorns. Asian cops are unicorns.
And Asian homeless are unicorns.
That's true.
But anyway, so he comes up, he's like, license and registration. I was like, okay. I hand it to him, and he's like, have you guys been drinking? And you're like,
Fuck yeah, dude.
no, we aren't drinking. And he's like, oh, have you guys been smoking weed? And we were like, what the fuck? No. Oh, also I had my black friend in the passenger seat. He made him give him his license too. Like, you're not allowed to fucking do that. That's ridiculous.
He's like, hey, you're black. Give me your license. I need to
basically.
see it.
And then he heard his African accent. And he was like, oh, you're one of those. Never mind. That was racist.
No, it's not. It's cool. Everyone knows
But
African
anyway-
people have a problem with black people here.
But anyway, yeah, he made my black friend give him his license too. And then they come back to the car and they're like, have you guys been smoking pot? And we're like, fuck no. What are you talking about? And he goes, smells like you guys have been smoking pot. And we're like, no, we just played basketball for like 3 hours. We're sweaty, motherfucker. Look in the back seat. There's a fucking basketball. We're not smoking pot.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, sure. So where are you headed? And we're like, home? Why do you need to know that? And they go, okay. Just wanted to make sure you guys weren't going out to get in more trouble. And we're like, what trouble did we get in?
What the fuck, dude?
And then they're like, okay, we're just gonna give you a warning. And they go back to their car. And
Warning
we're
for
like,
what? What did I do?
And we're like, awesome, okay. Well, the headlights were out.
You
they
just
weren't
flip
on.
them on, be like, "My bad."
Yeah, that's what I said. But and then we're driving to my other friend's house, so we weren't really going home. I lied to the police. Bad president to start.
Whoa, wait a second. You lied to the
But
police,
anyway,
dude? Oh my
anyway,
god, we got a badass over here.
anyway, the cop fucking followed us for 15 minutes. So I
What?
was like, fuck, I'm going home, Betzman. We're just going to my house. That's
Yeah.
what's happening until they leave me the fuck alone. So we drove from where we started 15 minutes. We're going in the opposite direction. And then we saw them following us. And we're like, they know my license. They saw our license. They know where we
Yeah.
live.
They saw your IDs.
So I had to turn around, like go into a neighborhood and turn around and then drive home. So if the cops they had a suspicion that I was high, and then they heard me say I'm going home, and then I drove in the opposite direction for 7
You're
minutes,
like,
and they
"Oh."
already think I'm stoned.
You're like, "Oh, fuck, I went the wrong way, dude. We gotta turn around." The cop's watching you like, "This motherfucker." He
This,
probably thought you were
these
wheeling and dealing.
motherfuckers.
Smells like weed. "Sir, I'm not smoking any weed, I'm selling it."
And don't look in the glove compartment.
Yeah.
I don't want any drug dogs.
Yeah, don't bring a drug dog here, and if you make me feel uncomfortable, I will shoot
If
you.
you got pulled over and you had, let's say, like a felony charge worth of weed in your car,
Oof.
would you do would you run? Would you take your car and like try to invade the police or no?
No, well, what you have to do okay, here's a tip for all you guys. Keep all that shit in the trunk because technically, if it's in the cabin of the car, which is anything that can be opened with the car doors, that's free for probable cause to like look for shit.
Oh, if it's visible.
If it's in the trunk, they need a search warrant for it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so keep that shit in the trunk always. And if that was the case and I had a felony amount of weed in the car and it was in the trunk, I would shut the fuck up and I would call a lawyer because that's what that weed guy on Instagram's been saying for like the last 15 years.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Don't say anything
Yeah.
and call the lawyer.
Call us. Yeah, call a lawyer. They'll be able to figure that out. I mean, if it's a first offense, you're looking at nothing, dude. Slap on the wrist.
It's a third. All right, let's say you have 2 strikes already. Would you run?
I don't know, dude, because the thing is that it would have to depend on my car. Because my car right now, I can't outrun anything. I'm like the slowest car on the road as it is.
Let's say you're on a motorcycle.
On a motorcycle, okay, so you'd have to do the math really quickly. How many cops do you think are in the area? Could you dip away enough? Could you get away fast enough to be able to get rid of that shit and then just keep on driving or park your bike somewhere? Because they have your license, so they know your address.
Quick maths.
Yeah,
No,
you
no, no. You
you have to
haven't
do
given them
all
your
of that math.
information yet. Why would you run? Why would you let them pull you over, give them your license, and then be like, "Oh, I'm gonna run now"? No, you don't let them pull you over. That's the whole point.
No, you'd be surprised. In like half of all police chases, it happens when the cop's already out of the car.
Okay, let's say you don't have a developmental disorder in this scenario. You're just a regular person who's not an idiot.
Just running from the police. I mean, yeah, in that case, if I was on a bike and I was getting pulled over and I had a felony in my pocket, yeah, you don't think I'm gonna
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
think
of course.
I think I'd fake pull over and then just gun it between cars.
Well, the thing with a motorcycle, because I've been watching a lot of like motorcycle versus cop videos, and cops are total dicks to people who ride motorcycles for like no reason. They just fucking hate motorcyclists. One, two, cops have this super gay saying, and it's like because they know they're cruisers, they're
If it's
fucking
yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush
flush.
it down.
No,
That's
no,
a
no.
cop saying.
Well, yeah, that is a cop saying.
They say
Pigs,
that all the time.
but no, they're like you're not faster than the radio. So that means, yeah, you can outrun us on your bike, but we'll be able to fucking radio out to our buddies and have them try to catch you. It's so gay.
I
But
think you off-road it.
what?
You try to off-road it. If you're on like not a Harley, but like one of the Mitsubishi ones, the ones that look like a dirt bike.
Oh yeah.
I wonder. I'm not a motorcycle guy. Never have been. Never will be. I don't know if that'd work, but I would try to off-road the Mitsubishi into the woods and then dump it and run. And the police aren't going to be able to. Policemen most of the time aren't in shape. They're like,
Yeah, then it's just like in like investigative work, you got to see like who owns the bike, who it belongs to, if it was recently. So you'd have to steal a bike,
Yeah, of
really,
cour-
to be
you-
doing
yeah.
all of this. It'd have to be stolen.
yeah,
Have you ever actually ran away from the police?
dude. I've never been in a scenario where I need to.
I've ran
I'm
away
not an
from the
idiot.
police once. Well, actually, technically twice, but one of them isn't interesting. I was at a New Year's Eve party once, right?
Okay.
Just a bunch of people. I was in like I was like a junior or something, maybe. I don't know. It was like around that time. Showed up with my buddy Matthew. We're partying. One dude OD'd on the couch next to me. It was the craziest thing.
You stayed after someone OD'd on the couch next to you?
Dude, not well, no, because the cops showed up like maybe 20 minutes after that. So after like 20 minutes after New Year's, this kid started ODing into the new year. His girlfriend was like slapping him and like shaking his chest, and she's like, "Wake up, wake up, wake up!" And people started pouring like water on him. Dude, there was this like
The classic way to
there's
get
this
people out of bed
straight up
gang.
autistic kid named Seth. Because I was sitting on the couch. It was him, this guy who was dying, and then this kid named Seth on the other side. And we were just all sitting, and he just is like, "Yeah, yeah," like making all these fucked up like guttural noises. And so he starts like going out. And so I stand up, I'm like, guys, he needs help. I like get his girlfriend's attention. I'm like, there's something wrong with him. So she comes over, and as like I get up and I'm talking, he slumps over into my spot, right? So
Okay.
he's now like laying down halfway. His girlfriend's slapping him, and I'm already standing up off the couch. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. I look at Seth, and he's just watching everything. Like he's touching the dude who's ODing, and he's not getting up off the couch. And people, it's going on for so long that people are like, Seth, stand up, get out of the way. And he's just looking at people like, what? Like, he looked like a deer in headlights. He was sitting next to a person who was dying, and he didn't even get up. He didn't even move. He was just like, this is, and there are people like reaching over him, trying to like touch this guy, like help or whatever. And he's like straight up in the way and refuse. He was the Rosa Parks of dying people. He's like, I refuse to move. I'm not giving up my seat. I fought for the seat on the couch at this fucking party. I'm not. I don't care if he
I'm
dies.
not the one with the drug problem. He is.
Yeah, he
Kick
was.
him off the fucking couch.
Yeah,
That's what Seth was thinking.
yeah.
On the ground and save his life. I'm not getting out of my seat. Who do you think I am?
At a party, if you die, that means you lose your seat. That's just
Those are
party
the rules.
That's the rule.
We also get to dip our nutsacks in your mouth. That's also a party rule.
If you die at a party, you lose your fucking spot. That's fair.
And we draw on your forehead with a permanent marker, and it just says, couldn't hang.
Yeah,
That's
couldn't
the
hang.
rules.
He died.
You OD at a party, you just couldn't hang.
Yeah, total party foul. If you die,
Party foul.
dude, people are gonna be pissed.
Yeah, dude.
So he okay. So I forget what the I forget what I was talking about for a second. So he came back. People are like splashing water in his face. He's drinking water. He's like, I'm okay. I'm okay. So that still has not gotten up. I'm like, this is crazy. Like people are like yelling at him now. All the attention has turned from this guy who's dying to now
Seth.
yelling at this obviously autistic kid to stand up. And he's like, no, like just refusing. So we're partying. It's very weird. The vibe is strange because someone just died and came back to life. So everyone's like, this is weird, right?
Yes, de los muertos.
And so someone's changing the music. Like one of the fucking like guys who goes to raves at like 17 is like the DJ or whatever. So he's like changing the music. And as he's changing the music, we see a line because the house the party's on, it's just like this like kind of country road for like 3 miles, and there's like 6 houses just like littered on either side. So that's like dead. They basically lived in the woods. So coming down the one road, we see a line of like 12 cops, lights and sirens on. So everyone in the party sees it like kind of approaching, and the fucking most scared person goes, cops, like screams fucking cops. And so everyone starts to fucking scramble. People are like opening windows and busting through screens. Like we're all like terrified. People are doing coke at this party. So people are like, I could go to jail right
Yeah.
now. I'm in high school. It's crazy. So
And it's a adult charge because you're 17.
yeah, so it's fucked. So and in that situation, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation
No,
like
I
that,
haven't.
or you listening. The only thing you're focused on is the person you came with, getting them and getting the fuck out of there. So it was just me and my buddy Matthew who went to this party together. So we start running out, and at that time we're both really big. He's probably like 275. I'm like 225 pounds. We are big dogs, right? So we start pushing. He grabs me and he goes, "We gotta go!" And he just sprints to the front door. So I'm like trying to keep up with him. He's straight up like Heismaning chicks to get out. Like he is straight up. I saw him take his arms. Like there were two broads on either side. They were probably a buck 25. Just stuck his fucking fist in there and just boom, and they both fell down. Like He is straight up like a pulling tackle, just running through these fucking people out of the house. He's running. I've never seen him run so hard. He's running so hard. He runs out of one of his shoes, and I see him like look back and scream like "fuck!" Like he lost his shoe. Like he's gonna be fucked when he goes home. And without even thinking, I just as he's stepping out of it, I reach down and I pick it up. But he didn't. He doesn't see that. So we just get in the car and he's like his socks all wet and shit. They have a gravel driveway, so I hear him running. He's like, "Ow, ow!" He's running so hard to get to the car. We get in the car. He throws the fucking key in the ignition. I put his shoe on his lap. Dude, the look on his face was so funny because it was just the purest, like, I don't even know, like it was the most relieved I've ever seen a human being be. He grabbed my chest and he was like, "Dude, thank you. My mom would have killed me." So he put his shoe back on and he guns it. He has this shitty little like 98 Jetta, right? It barely works. But we're pulling out in front of we're like blocking cars. We're like wiggling out in front of other cars. So we're like one of the first 3 actual cars to get like pull out of the lot.
Okay.
And mind you, there are kids just running into the woods. Like as we're pulling off, we're seeing kids just running in opposite directions of each other, just running into these fucking woods. It's crazy. So we're fucking just driving down the road, and as we get there, like cops are pulling up, but it's only like 2 or 3 cops and they're trying to block the road. But we drive like half off of the road, half on the road to like get around them. We turn our lights off. Like the cabin lights are off, the headlight, every light is off. And we pass 9 cop cars and they're going 75 and we were going 80 miles an hour. Dude, we were like a ghost in the
Dude, do you know
night.
how dangerous that is?
It was so scary, and it was like we were going so fast, the wind was shaking the car
On
like
a country
"Gah, gah,
road.
gah, gah." And so one of the cops tried to stop, like the last cop tried to like stop. We saw him put his headlights on and we were like, "Fuck no," because we thought we were gonna get chased, but he just kept gunning it and we saw the cop like do a little turn and then just go back with the other cops, like because he knew like by the time he started speeding up, like because he was probably going like 90 miles an hour, 100 at this point, like trying to get away from the cops. Long story short, we got away and we both didn't get in any trouble.
You're lucky you didn't meet God.
Dude, well, not only that, we got back to school the next day and so many people got in trouble. Like there were
Yeah.
so many people that were like, "What happened to you guys?" And we were like only like there were maybe like 85 people at this party. We were among like the like 10 to 15 people who didn't get in trouble.
Awesome.
Kids were hiding in cabinets at
Wait.
that house, and the
All
cops
right.
were like opening cabinets and finding kids that are like, "Get the fuck out."
All right.
And it was crazy.
Was Seth still on the couch?
No, Seth
Oh,
drove
come
away. He
on.
was one of the kids that got like went to his car and waited for the police.
If you were a cop and you found an autistic kid at a party, you're not gonna get him in trouble.
Well, I
Was he
think
visibly autistic?
no, that's the thing. He
Oh,
wasn't visibly autistic, but as soon as you started interacting with him, you're like, "Are you on drugs or something?" And then you realize later on, it's like, "Oh no, he
his
has
brain just
something.
don't
His
work.
brain, no, yeah, there's something going on with his brain where he just is like, just fucking nothing is like." People were like pushing him, and people were pushing him and like trying to like get him, and he was doing this. Like throwing his arm, like "Stop touching me, stop touching me," like freaking out on people that they were touching. Like that was the bigger deal. He's like, "I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
if this kid dies.
Then you take
Stop
his
touching me."
fucking seat.
Yeah,
Who do you think you are?
I'm not moving, and you're not gonna touch me.
God will have to take me out of this fucking seat.
Yeah, God will have to make me OD, then you can take my
He'll have to
seat.
take a second trip after he takes that motherfucker.
He's like, "This is why I don't do drugs. It's because I want to keep my seat. This is why I've never touched a drug." No, he was drunk and fucking high or whatever, but not like that. Not like that kid. He legitimately died. He died, and when he woke up, it was a new year.
So basically, 2024, or yeah, sure, 2024 knew him. Literally.
This must have been like 2015 to 16 or 2016
Yeah,
to
I
17.
couldn't do the math that fast, dude.
I'm just trying to remember.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, that was fucking crazy. So you don't have any experience like that or anything like that?
No, dude, I avoid the police as much as I can. I don't know why I'm so scared of them. Never been in trouble, but I just don't like them. I try to stay away. Like if
See, I got too close to the sun and I got
yeah,
burned
you
really
Icarus
bad.
to yourself.
Yeah. I
You
was like,
Icarus.
I think I'm untouchable. I think I'm like I think I'm like a fucking like a main character
No,
in this
dude,
story,
I realized
and then I
very
got
early.
arrested, and I quickly found out that that's not the case.
I realized very early that I'm very touchable by police.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a scary thing. The police,
they're very touchy feely. Those policemen.
they are, and they really don't like when you touch and feel them. They take a lot of offense to that. They don't like
They
when you
don't like
touch
it when
them.
you try to reach. You try to go for the handshake when they pull you over. They really don't like
They,
that.
you know what they really don't like is when you reach for their gun.
Yeah,
They
they hate
hate
that.
that
For
for
some
some
reason, they get
reason.
upset. Like, calm
What
down,
the
big
fuck,
guy.
guy? I'm a fan. I like guns
Yeah,
too. Let
dude.
me see it, bro. Why are you being gay about this?
I'm not gonna point it at you, you idiot.
No, you fucking idiot.
I bet you don't even have bullets in here. What type of idiot drives around
Is
with
this
bullets in his
is
gun?
this thing even fucking loaded, dude?
Let's play Russian roulette.
Is there one in the chimney with a fucking M9,
God,
just a magazine fed gun? Just like, you go first,
you go
officer.
first. I didn't realize. In court, the judge is like, "What were you thinking?" I didn't realize their guns worked like that.
Dude.
I thought it was like a revolver.
Yeah, I thought it was just sometimes a bullet came out, sometimes it didn't.
And
I
then,
don't know.
and then
Shit.
your lawyer's like, "Oh, obviously, as you can see, he's not there mentally." So and
You
then you
just
get off.
yeah, you just slide over a piece of paper. Can you read the definition of a spring-fed magazine for the court?
Have you been around guns before?
It's like, no, that's why I was so interested in his gun. I wanted to
I
play
wanted to
so
touch it.
bad.
I thought cops carried around Air Force or airsoft guns.
Yeah, I
Not-
thought it was just to intimidate black people.
Are you kidding me? You let these monsters carry around real guns?
Well,
He deserved what he got.
defund the police? It just quickly
ACAB.
radicalizes himself to like Antifa.
All
He's
in
like,
front of the cop. All in
all-
front of the judge.
yeah, what was it? Yeah, all cops are bastards or something
Yeah,
like
that's what
that.
ACAB
I
means.
feel like they could have figured out something better than that.
Like what?
I don't know. All
Cops are poopy.
yeah, cops are mean.
Cab. Cops are poopy guys.
Yeah, cops are mean. No
They're
cap.
real stinkers.
Yeah, they need to be stopped.
Cops are grody.
Do you remember when the pandemic was in full swing and every cop was just not doing their job and just being a total pussy? Like
Dude, when
they were
I-
even social distancing themselves from like criminals.
I'm not gonna lie to you. During
Do you remember
COVID,
that though?
Yeah, during COVID, many times I was speeding on my way to work, and I saw the sheriff because this was in the country. The sheriff drove past me, and it was during COVID, and he had his mask on. And he was like, "Not worth it. Not worth it." So he
shook
just
his head
kept
at you.
going.
Oh my god, dude! He's just the cops, just like
He did
no,
not
no, no.
want COVID.
Dude, that's so fucking funny.
3 times. That made me feel untouchable for a while, and it didn't help that I was going through like my mental illness phase where I wasn't medicated.
Oh,
So
so
that
you
definitely
really
made
thought
me feel untouchable for that.
you were like, not even the police want to fuck with me.
I'm a fucking god.
Yeah,
I'm above the law.
everybody can see it. They just can see my power.
Jesse James, motherfucker. That's not what Jesse James said. I wonder what the Cowboys use. I doubt they use motherfucker as their insult, but they still cussed. I wonder if it was some weird Southern shit.
No, it definitely was, and they were using swear words that like don't even make sense. Like they were calling each other like different colors. Like
Yo,
you're acting real yellow today.
Well, yella kind of makes sense because they're like cowardly.
Well, I think that's the one that people stuck with. That's why it lasted so long.
I wonder what they used to call like male and female anatomy back then. Do you think it still was like dick and pussy, or was it something else?
It was probably they were
You're
probably
Richard.
it was probably prick and cunt.
I doubt they used cunt. But I did use cunt
Yeah,
back then.
dude.
A few words from back then are still prevalent today.
Yeah, for sure. They were
Really,
probably
just
like,
two.
yeah.
Probably. Oh, probably 3. I bet they use the B word.
Or
quite a
maybe
bit.
maybe they were like Southern gentlemen, and they said stuff like pecker. Oh,
Hey,
my
mother-
pecker is about
Hey.
to bust.
Hey, if you don't fill up my bag with money, I'm gonna shoot your pecker off.
I'm gonna shoot your pecker off, and I'm gonna take it.
Completely. I'm gonna wear around my neck.
Believe me, sir, I've spent enough time around these parts to tell you that I can
I
tell
can
you
shoot your
confidently,
pecker
I will
clean
take
off,
your pecker and I will take it home with me and I will pickle your pecker.
and then wear it around my neck. And when people ask me about it, I'll be like, "Oh, it was this bank teller who wouldn't fill up my
Dude.
money." You'll be a warning for other people to
Imagine.
give me my fucking money.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but in Vietnam, it was getting really fucked up there. Like
course.
the American soldiers, whenever they would kill a Viet Cong or a Vietnamese soldier or whatever, they would cut their ear off and put it on a necklace. Like that's when
Yeah,
that
yeah.
started. Just imagine a Southern gentleman with a big hunting rifle going down there and killing Vietnamese people, and instead of their ears, he's putting their little dicks on a necklace. He's like, "I've taken about
Actually,
17 peckers this I've been with this platoon. I've taken 17
dude, all
peckers
right.
off these
Imagine
fucking."
being in Vietnam and you're like, all right, it's kind of fucked up. People are taking ears, and
Yeah.
then you look to your right, and this guy has like 84 ears. It's like, holy fuck! What the hell is wrong with this guy?
This guy's just killing entire villages for ears.
You're
He's
like,
just killing people just to take both ears.
did you take both of them, or is it one? You think that you're like, I wonder if he's taking both ears or just one from each person.
You
I
ask
really fucking hope it's both ears.
you ask him, he's like, "Oh no, each ear represents a dozen people." You're like, "Holy
Oh,
shit,
you
dude!"
psychopath!
It's like the same thing with the bombers. They would put like little pictures of bombs next to each person that they like confirmed kills, and you'd see like 194 stickers on the side of a fucking like bomber jet, and some just psychopath in the wing like,
I
"Look at
don't,
us."
I don't know why this made me think of this, but you remember how Bill Gates and his wife, they were trying to help stop the spread of AIDS in Africa? You know what they did?
Yep. What'd they do?
Where they airdropped condoms in villages.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine being starving to death.
Oh,
You're
I thought
starving to death in the village. You look up and you see like a plane just fly over dropping shit. And you're like, thank God. They're giving me food. And then you get hit in the face with a little
Oh,
plastic
fucking
wrapper.
plastic. You're like,
And you're like, wow, what is this? And then you look at it and it's a fucking condom. That's the biggest imagine.
it really is. It really is
I'm
the biggest
starving to death. And they just don't want me to reproduce.
Yeah.
They don't want me to eat.
That's
They want me
what
not to
message other than that
reproduce.
is it's like don't make more kids to suffer
You
because
can't
this
even
is
feed these ones.
I don't but also I don't understand that like and this is probably going to come off as like a little ignorant but and just not like African people, anybody that lives in the desert, even people that live in Utah, how the fuck do they live there? Like Arizona, there's not, how did life even develop there? If there's not, why the fuck do people build anything in the desert?
Life finds a way, Caleb.
It really doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I don't know. I don't want to live in the blistering heat where if it rains, you have to worry about drowning to death out of nowhere. I don't want to live in that. Of course not. Of course, I don't want to live in the fucking desert. But I understand the appeal not to like live by other people. If I wanted to be a loner, like away from civilization, I think I'd live in the desert because you wouldn't have to worry about being cold in the winter. I guess it does get cold at night. I'm yapping right now. Let's
No,
move
it's
on.
fine. No, it's good
I
though.
guess it does get cold at night in the
gets
desert,
cold.
so you would have to have like a coat or something. But
Yeah.
I think that's where you'd go because you don't have to worry about like snow. There aren't like crazy animals hunting you everywhere in the desert. The only problem would be hunting your own food. That'd be difficult.
Just don't understand it. I don't understand. There's also people that voluntarily move to Alaska and like hunt polar
Oh
bears
yeah,
and
what the
shit.
fuck is that?
Why do people live like that?
If you move, if I would just assume like if I heard someone say, "Oh yeah, my friend moved to Alaska," I'd be like, "Oh, he murdered someone. He's trying to get away from the police." That's what I would think because no other scenario would I even think about living in Alaska. What is wrong with you?
It's shit like that, or even like Georgia too. Like, there's
Mm-mm.
only like 10 places that I would actually live in.
I like
here.
Georgia.
You like Georgia?
I was born in there.
Georgia boy.
I'm a real Southern boy. Just kidding.
Uh-oh.
Never-
Michael's
never
a
been a
nice,
Southern boy.
refined Southern
Never,
gentleman.
never will be a Southern boy.
I don't know. I think if I was a president and some shit was popping off, like we had to go to war, I would definitely send
Just draft the
those
Southerns, yeah.
the Southerners and,
And the
Alaskans.
rednecks. No,
Yeah.
I would actually draft exclusively from like West Virginia.
Well, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
them boys don't play around.
They don't play around, and they're already used to like digging trenches and playing around and shit.
Shitting
Like,
outside,
those people were literally made to go to war.
eating mud.
Yeah, they shoot guns. They can procure their own food outside. Like they have no. You
They're
can
the
just,
most terrifying people you've ever met.
they truly are because they camp for fun, or maybe because they don't
To
have
live.
a home. Yeah, they don't are homeless technically,
You're
so
just
they can't.
ripping into West Virginians right now.
The Appalachian people.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Just Appalachians. Never
Yeah.
mind. Never mind West Virginia. We'll just send the Appalachians because that would be a terrifying sight to see people
Oh yeah.
who are, I don't know if this is a politically correct term, inbred to the point of visibility.
It may not be politically correct, but it is.
It's
a
the
correct-
only word you
it's-
can use.
Yeah, they're fucking inbred. They bang their own family members and they have kids, and those kids bang each other and they have kids. What is that called?
family bonding.
Yeah, we are being politically
A
correct.
really close family.
Also, who gives a shit?
I don't know.
Who gives a shit about making fun of them? But no, seriously, those are the
They don't
people
understand.
those are the people I'd send to war first.
Yeah.
You could honestly, you could just you could send them to even a country we're not at war with now with
And
military supplies and be like, just start attacking
just
outposts.
just
Just go
anyone
fuck Finland up.
anyone who's not the same skin
Just
color
don't
as
pick
you,
on our allies.
you go crazy.
Yeah, dude. Well, I don't know why we don't do that. Why don't we just go and just empty our prisoners like the
I've been
most
thinking about that for so long. Like, give
we
them a
should
break if they survive.
yeah, well, we should just tell them go and just be a terrorist in these countries because
Well,
they send
I
people
didn't
to
think
do that here.
terrorists.
Let's send like the people who like cannibals and
The serial
murderers, send them to
killers.
Russia, put them on a boat, send like US like technology to like GM radar so Russia has no idea that they're even there. Give them fake like identity and paperwork and shit and be like, you are now Russians. You go and just be who you are. You're an animal. Just it's basic
Party.
we should make Russia what Australia was like 200 years ago with all of those criminals and they're like fuck it just go and just take the land over and then later we can make it nice and
No,
build that
to
opera
really like
house.
scare people, it wouldn't even take that many psychopaths from America to be sent over to another country. It would probably take, I don't know, in 20, I think in 1 year, the entire country would be terrified because the
We released
psychopaths here,
25 serial killers into a
yeah,
single
in
country.
one country, like let's say we release them in Poland,
Yeah.
holy sh or England, because it's such a small country, our boys would get to work and you
Mhm.
guys would be terrified. They would possibly lower, like imagine sending them to a country and then like a year later you're like, holy shit, the population just dropped by like 1%. We might have went too far this
Yeah, dude,
time.
we killed like 1% of the people that
1%
lived here.
people who live here have been eaten by kids.
There'd be like fucking like international news stories about this one town that people just start cannibalizing each other and be like, I wonder what happened here. And like
Why are
psychologists would be
these
like,
white people here eating these brown people?
oh, well, I was thinking just sending white people to Russia where there are other white
Yeah,
people
true.
where they could just, and you can get away with so much shit there, dude. If you were a cop in Russia, you're basically the president of that shitty little town you're in because no one can do anything. You can just
Yeah.
cat people behind and be like, oh, they're too drunk. They fell and
Yeah.
shot themselves.
Neither of us have been to Russia, so we don't really know for sure.
And I do not plan on ever going.
Of course not.
Russia seems like actual hell on earth.
Any northern and eastern part of Europe just shouldn't be visited. The only reason you go to East Europe is to fuck prostitutes. That's the only reason I can imagine people
Fuck
going there.
prostitutes and shoot AK-47s. That's legit
Yeah.
the only thing you can do there. Is just borderline terrorism and just dumping
Fucking-
loads into whores.
Yeah,
That's about
just
it. It's sick
collecting STDs like they're Pokemon. You gotta catch them all. That's what Eastern Europe is for. That is
Yeah.
what Eastern Europe is
It
for.
is true, yeah. Collecting SCDs and vintage guns. That is pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
The Middle East fucks with guns like how we fuck with guns. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they have like the crazy number is we have 120 guns per citizen. They probably have like 12 per 100 citizen.
Oh, per 100.
that's what I meant. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
mean
Well, there's some
120
people
per.
that don't own guns, and then there are people who own multiple
Like
guns.
24.
Yeah, which I fuck with.
Should we wrap it up?
I think we should wrap it up. Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you guys.
Love you
Love
guys.
you. Bye.
Peace out.